Hi everybody and welcome back. My name is Melissa and this year I'm sharing 365 tips for frugality. Today's tip is to consider who you get your advice from. Why am I good at being frugal? Because I've had to be. I live a minimalist, simple, frugal life. That's how I've had to live, and I've gotten good at it. I've mastered it. And I see, like, there's some people out there who do give genuine good advice, but you know what cracks me up is I forever see people, like, I forever see guys taking dating advice from other guys. And what's really funny is when they take it from incels. Like, dude, this guy can't get himself a girlfriend and you're going to take advice from him, or some like random incel who managed to finally, get somebody. Still wonder if there was some chemical or physical restraint in it, maybe. But quit listening to the douche bros to get a girl. I see people all the time, like, where they have, finance bros who they have all of this advice and everything, but it's not applicable to the majority of the people. Medical advice. Oh my God. How many people get medical advice from non-medical professionals? And I'm not talking about, like, so for example, I was just diagnosed with EDS, something I've apparently had my whole life, but was just missed. Surprise. So I have a friend who also has it, so I will ask her because some of the information is kind of foggy. So I can be like, hey, really confused, and I know you have this, and I'm struggling to sort through all of this information. So I'm not talking about like that, like where it's like specific, or somebody who knows a lot about a subject because they've experienced it, kind of a thing. I mean, honestly, my friend probably knows more about EDS than most doctors because she's lived it. But not all doctors. I mean, I'm sure there's specialists out there who know about it, but so there's that. Or so Jenny McCarthy grew up around here, and she was never known for being bright, and so she has all of these like autism theories, and people listen to her, and people are ignoring doctors, researchers, people in the field, people who know, people who are actually autistic, in favor of the Playboy bunny who barely graduated high school. Why? I see people who take advice on, I see people all the time listen to people who are like, oh, you can just go ahead and do that for like weight loss, who really advocate for like, it's okay to have this treat or that treat. You have never been fat a day in your life, ma'am or sir. So maybe suggesting to those of us who do struggle with it, because let me tell you, if you have challenges with food, if you, especially like a food addiction, and our system is designed to create those, you are literally telling somebody you have to do your drug every day, 3 times a day, and consume this much of your drug every day, but no more than that. Nobody says to an alcoholic, you need to consume 4 to 5 drinks a day, but no more than that. Nobody says to the heroin addict, make sure you don't forget your needle because you're gonna have to shoot up 2 or 3 times while you're gone. No, we don't do that. So, people make horrible suggestions. I'm not saying all of them, and I'm not saying the ones that do always do, and I'm not suggesting fat shaming either, but maybe recognizing that for some people, constantly having a lot of like, constantly saying, like, it's okay to eat this, that, or the other is actually negatively impacting them. Because for some of us, it isn't okay. For some of us, it's like a gateway. Like, um, so you know, and at the end of the day, everything's meant to sell you something. Sell you their idea, or sell you their advice, or sell you their class, their master class, their $10,000 class that's going to make you rich. Just like them, who are actually getting rich off of all y'all paying $10,000 for their class. I mean, think about it. If I could come up with a class that like ran itself, and I could do a 2-hour thing every night, I could work 14 hours a week. And all I would have to do is sell one of those classes, and I'd be making $10K a month. So just really think, because I am seeing a lot of stupidity out there, and it's beyond frustrating. And I see people who literally will like do anything but what they have to do to make things work. So be careful who you get your advice from, and what advice you're taking. Even like online, like even some like, and a lot of doctors will even say like, I'm a doctor, or I'm this, but that doesn't necessarily mean this applies to everybody. So, you know, even if a doctor is describing, you know, one method of treatment for something online, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be your method of treatment. You know, your doctor's going to tell you what's best, because everybody's different. So instead of just like following everybody online, start like thinking about what you do, and start really kind of like, I don't know. I mean, I guess too, my whole life, I took advice from the wrong people, people who I trusted, people I thought were leading me the right way, and oftentimes were not, because they didn't think about how it impacted my life. And the thing is that, you know, a lot of the time we can't. Like, that's why I say, like, if you read my intro, it says, you know, something like, some of this is going to work for you, some of it's not. Take what you can, leave what you can't, make it your own. Because 365 tips, let me tell you, I would be hard pressed to find a single person who every one of these tips can fit into their life seamlessly. Heck, they don't even always fit into my life seamlessly, and it's my life and my tips and my how I live. So, you know, just think, you know, stop and think, and look at your sources, and think about what's going on, and think about how it works for you. You know, if somebody tells you that gas is cheaper, but you see that it's higher, it clearly isn't. If somebody tells you to, like, I have people all the time who tell me that I shouldn't shop the sales that I do. I got coffee for 99 cents today. I looked out, it was like $5.99 a bag, and there were 2 coupons that somebody had just like left behind in the coffee that were $5 off a bag of coffee. So I got like the last 3 bags of coffee for $5.99, and I had 2 $5 off coupons. So I essentially got, for $7.97, I got 3 bags of Seattle's Best coffee. So anyways, I'm drifting. Anyways, again, my name's Melissa. This year I'm sharing 365 tips for frugal living. If you want to hear more, please hit like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.